Sometimes great artists feel compelled to revisit the same subject. Munch revisited the Scream multiple times throughout his career. Monet seemingly couldn't stop painting water lilies. And in our own time, we have Rafal Zielinski. In 1983, he made Screwballs, a teen comedy about 5 boys, an everyman, a cool guy, a rich guy, a fat guy, and a geeky guy, and their quest to see a girl's boobs. Well, Zielinski couldn't leave that profound idea behind, so in 1985 he made Screwballs 2, Loose Screws. It's about 4 nearly identical boys and their quest to see even more boobs. They might not be water lilies, but they're worth a couple of screams. Welcome to Exploitation Reviews, and me, Rob, and today I'm taking a look at Loose Screws from 1985, yet another raunchy teen comedy from the 80s, a decade that produced many such comedies. Can this one stand out from the pack? Let's find out. Welcome to Beaver High. Yeah, it's that kind of movie. And let's meet our boys. And because it's that kind of movie, they have names like Brad Lovett, Steve Hardman, Hugh G., last name Rection, and of course, Marvin Eatmore. That should have been his middle name. His last name should have been Bush. It was the 80s, after all.
Read my lips.
So one of the boys is giving tennis lessons, another is having a snack and fun, watching with binoculars. The geeky one is putting his camera to good use, and another one is playing strip poker. Which means that just about 15 seconds into this thing, we're already into territory you can't see here on YouTube.
Now, just work here.
But of course, we don't have to stay here. Support the channel on Patreon and get access to uncensored, spicy versions of my reviews. Link is in the description. The principal, who is somehow old Bill Murray before old Bill Murray existed, calls our boys into his office. They need to do summer school so they can graduate. Since our boys show up before the girls, they decide to play a little prank. Pretend to be doctors to give the girls physicals. This prank is pretty much identical to the prank the boys played in the first Screwballs movie, and you know what? Normally this would bother me, but since it means a room full of barely dressed patients,
I'm going to make an exception.
Well, the prank does bring the boys some unwanted attention from the principal. They're let off with a warning. This is a school, remember, not the real world. To make their time at summer school more palatable, the boys come up with a kind of contest.
I propose that we start a point system. 10 points for every girl that we score. And, a cool 100 for a certain Miss Mona Lott.
Yeah, Mona Lott. Get it? She's the French teacher, and she also offers private lessons, kind of like the French tutor in My Tutor, I suppose. But much different from the French-speaking Sylvia Crystal in Private Lessons, mostly because the boys in this movie aren't 14. And thank the gods for that. Call me crazy, but I prefer the teens in my teen movies to be at least 19, preferably 25 teen. Well, we'll see how the boys fare with Mona Lott later. For now, they're going to try their hands at women their own ages. Hopefully those women have a lot of tissues. So one of our boys dresses as a lady and infiltrates the girls' dorm. A bit like private school, I suppose. Although I must say the shower scene in private school is much better than the bath scene in this movie. Hop over to Patreon and I'll show you why. Our big boy joins a fitness center, which is kind of like pretty much every 80s teen movie ever, and more than a few horror films. Well, there's not much of a plot, but there will be other shenanigans, including a beach party with choreographed dancing.
Oh my God.
And a trip to a gentleman's club that is hosting a very gentlemanly Cheek of the Week contest. But that's enough out of me as far as plot goes. Let's talk some highlights. Well, a teen sex comedy succeeds or fails on how well it delivers on those two promises. On the sexy side, this movie does okay. Not great. There's a fair few bouncing bits and bobs here and there, but it's not an extreme amount. No big group shower scene, for example. There is the group pool scene, but everyone is underwater and the camera's not. On the comedy side, it also does okay. Not great, but okay. There's a lot of really dumb wordplay, which is fine.
That's the last straw.
No, it isn't. We got lots more, guys.
So overall, compared to other 80s teen romps, this one is kind of in the middle. It doesn't tease, and therefore it doesn't suck like the movie Zapped, but it doesn't go completely wild like the cheerleaders. The writing isn't super clever, but it's nowhere near as brain dead as 6 Swedish girls in a boarding school that I talked about last week. So yeah, overall, straight down the middle. If you're a fan of these kinds of movies and you somehow haven't seen this one yet, check it out. Just know that it's not perfect. Like a fat guy in the ceiling, the film has some shortcomings. Well, there are a lot of gags here repeated from the first movie. Like the original, we've got a pool scene, a gentleman's club scene. Oh, but the first one had Raven Delacroix in it, so it is far superior to what we have here. We've also got dressing up as women, a home invasion with a husband that needs to be avoided, and both films end with a kind of assembly. So this second movie is nearly a remake, which is fine, but I would have appreciated a bit more effort put into getting as many people as possible out of their clothes in a fresh way. It's not hard to come up with ideas. How about a sauna scene, a steam room, or a trip to a nude beach, maybe a brothel, pin-up calendar photo shoot, body painting, go wild, have the geeky guy invent x-ray glasses, maybe mistakenly show up at a swingers party, or an S&M club, mud wrestling, jello wrestling. I could do this all day long.
I suppose you think I'm some kind of degenerate.
You know, actually they did hint at something different and potentially interesting in the wife's closet, but they went nowhere with that idea. Moving on, I hate choreographed dance scenes in movies that aren't musicals. Ugh. There are a few things here that modern audiences might not like.
You're not hung low.
Would you believe I am his long-lost brother? Well hung low.
Ooh, yeah. Finally, some audiences might complain that it's just all too unrealistic. The boys do some pretty bad things, but it's never treated as criminal, just hijinksical. But, you know, in 80s teen comedies, realism wasn't a goal, so we have to suspend our disbelief. I mean, how else can we explain in this movie how the boys are interested in that French teacher when the waitress is right there?